7th day in the hospital, January 2nd, 2017. Still battling my severe allergic reactions and anaphylaxis of unknown cause, but I am getting through. I am feeling pretty groggy this morning and hungry, so since my breakfast just got here, I'm going to go ahead and enjoy that, and then I'll give y'all an update of how last night went for me. Today for breakfast, I have pancakes and bacon and potatoes, Frosted Flakes, apple juice, but Judd went out last night and got me my favorite apple juice, which is Minute Maid, so that's nice. So I have a digestive disease called gastroparesis in which my stomach empties very slowly. Basically my stomach's partially paralyzed and it causes pain when eating, no appetite, difficulty to maintain weight, and just things like that. But because I'm on around-the-clock IV steroids for the inflammation in my throat and my anaphylaxis, it causes me to become really hungry. That's a side effect of the steroids. So I've been eating like crazy, which is good because I'm gaining weight. But now we always have a problem where I actually haven't really had a bowel movement in the week I've been here, so now we have to fix that problem before it turns into something dangerous. Again, TMI, but I'm just here letting you guys know the truth of what it's like to live with a chronic illness, because if it's not one thing, it's another. But I'm just going to enjoy my breakfast now, because I'm really pleased with the fact that I can actually eat. Getting my first breathing treatment of the day. Just doing what I need to do to let my body heal. The inhaled nebulizers help with the inflammation in my airways. So as you can see, the bottom number is pretty high. I just finished my nebulizer, and a side effect of that is increased heart rate, where my heart rate is already tachycardic because of my postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. It's supposed to be under 100 at rest, which is what I'm doing all the time here in the hospital. But the top number is my oxygen saturation, which is supposed to be 95 or above, which is beautiful. However, I'm starting to get symptoms of dizziness, fatigue, weakness, and fainting because my heart rate is so high. So as my heart rate calms down here, I can tell y'all what happened last night. Around 10 p.m., I got a rash on my wrist, chest, and my face without scratching it, so Judd got my nurse, and she gave me IV Benadryl, max dose right away. And it stopped my throat from tightening, but it still was uncomfortable, and although my oxygen stats were good and I could pass air, it was just not comfortable enough for me personally. I still felt strained. So my next dose of steroids that also help with inflammation, I couldn't get it until 30 minutes later, but I knew with the Benadryl and the steroids I'd be good to go. And I could have used epi and it would have fixed it, but it's very detrimental to use epi for my postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome because it sends my autonomic nervous system that's already faulty into overdrive, skyrocketing my heart, making me sick, all these bad things. So we try to avoid the epi if possible. And I knew that the steroid and Benadryl would most likely work, but waiting for the steroid, the 30 minutes, was freaking me out. So my nurse gave me a very small dose of Ativan to simmer me down and to not put any more strain on the airways in there, because if you panic when you can't breathe, that's not going to help, obviously, and obviously you're going to panic when you can't breathe. So I got the Benadryl, a little bit of Ativan, then I got the steroids, took care of that allergic reaction, and because of the Benadryl and the Ativan, I slept very soundly last night. And this morning, have had no incidences so far.
Well, Jack had another allergic reaction. They had to use EpiPen.
It was a bad one. My oxygen stats went plummeting down.
But
so now I'm on constant oxygen monitoring and this stuff. But something here that makes me really happy. It's a surprise.
Ta-da!
My best friends are here visiting. Look what Janice got me by exploiting her cute dog at Disney. Somebody gave this to her for free. I don't want to eat it. So tasty.
But wait, there's more.
They're so awesome.
Oh dear, someone got some Christmas socks.
Yes! I love socks. You guys know this.
There's a folded piece of paper.
More socks!
Oh dear.
What is that? A folded piece of paper. Cheesecake Factory! Yes! That is probably my favorite restaurant. Love Cheesecake Factory! So you know how I need to have 24 hours free of anaphylaxis or allergic reactions? Well, we just reset the clock, and I feel terrible. I started with a rash, and then my nurse came in and gave me IV Benadryl. My throat was still closing, and then all of a sudden my throat completely shut. I panicked because obviously I couldn't breathe, and my oxygen dropped way down into the low 80s, so she had to administer epinephrine.
and that is pure anaphylaxis. That's the more serious one they look at, rather than the reactions we can stop with just Benadryl. So she also gave me Ativan to bring my heart rate down because of my POTS. My heart's already tachycardic, which is exacerbated by the epinephrine, so Ativan counteracts those effects and helps my autonomic dysfunction. And now I'm feeling a bit bummed about that whole ordeal because I thought I was doing better. But I got to pick me up here. One of my best friends gonna keep me company, and her dog. So because of how terribly that anaphylactic reaction turned, it was really fast. I'm now on constant oxygen and oxygen monitoring that they can see from the nurse's station, so they can catch it even faster. Because once anaphylaxis reaches a certain point, you cannot reverse it, and that's very dangerous. So I am glad they're looking after me, and now I am going to attempt to straighten my hair. Let's see how well that goes. Just trying to feel like a normal human being in the hospital. Keeping up with my self-care. Straightening my hair is a lot easier than washing it, let me tell you that. The boys are leaving to do
Truck stuff.
Boy stuff. They're taking Hippo because if I go into anaphylaxis, I'm not going to let Janice deal with her dog and mine. That's just not fair. Hippo, goodbye. You're going to go home with Judd and I'm going to do my hair. Wet nose. Ta-da! It is finished. And that was one goal for today. I have another one, which is to venture beyond that curtain. Because I haven't left that curtain in over a week now. So hopefully I can go on a little wheelchair walk or something like that later today. Fingers crossed. I have another visitor today. I'm so loved. And Janice is sleeping. Narcoleptic, 2 autistics. I got a great group of friends here showing me so much support. We've got Paul in the house, Julian in the house. Hello. We got my boyfriend Judd and Janice. Where's your dog? And Orion. We're all just chilling in the hospital.
Can't take that with you.
Okay, we're going on a walk.
Oh.
We're going past this curtain that I haven't passed in a whole week. Freedom.
Kindly to record in every single person's room.
And now we're heading back. That was a nice trip. I accomplished our goal today, and see, we're going to the...
And a New Year's resolution.
Oh yeah, and a New Year's resolution. We're going to the progressive care unit. It's a step down from the ICU. And here we are. I did it!
Yeah.
That was a thrilling 30 feet, and now I'm exhausted, but so worth it. And thank you to all my amazing friends who made that happen. You rock, and you rock, and you rock, and you rock, and so does that one, and that one. I'm starting to have an allergic reaction. I don't know if you can tell, I'm getting a rash there, and a little bit there. But we're gonna see what I can take for this, because I kind of just recently had Benadryl and epinephrine. So, since I just had a rash and I was coughing and my throat was not closing up, we just used half a dose of IV Benadryl. Seems to have done the trick, and fingers crossed that we don't have any more incidents tonight. Thank you so much for being here for me in my hospitalization. Tastes like... Thank you. Thanks for stopping by, everyone. I appreciate it. Well, today was full of excitement and accomplishments. I had some friends come and surprise me, which really lifted my spirits, especially since they came just after I recovered from a really scary anaphylactic reaction. I made some goals where I left the room in a wheelchair. I straightened my hair today, which is a big deal to me. I have my amazing boyfriend here, and he got to have a break with his friend at the house, and it was just a good day altogether. I'm exhausted, but I feel like I'm doing well. We're looking for that 24-hour period of no symptoms, and I know we can get there. Thank y'all for all of the support. Thank you for joining us in our adventure. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions, but of course I'm tired, so I may not be able to reply right away. But again, thank you for joining us on our adventure today.